In previous lessons, we learned about cells. Cells are the building blocks of all life, including the human body. Groups of similar cells form tissues, tissues form organs, and organs make up systems. Today we will be learning about one of the body's systems, the digestive system. We will learn about all of the organs that play a role in this system. The organs that we will hear about today that work in the digestive system are located in the abdomen, which is sometimes just called the belly. Let's go over some vocabulary words. Our first word is absorb. Absorb means to soak in a substance. For example, the paper towel will absorb the spilled water. Let's look at some other examples. Pancakes absorb syrup. Trees absorb rainwater. Towels absorb bath water. See if you can think of something that will absorb or soak up a substance easily. Filtering, removing unwanted materials. For example, the water plant is filtering unsafe elements from our drinking water all day and all night. Saliva. Saliva is a watery liquid in the mouth that helps soften food, making it easier to swallow. For example, May's mouth filled with saliva while the dentist worked on her teeth. Esophagus. The esophagus is a muscular tube that connects the throat to the stomach. For example, Luke swallowed a piece of pizza and imagined it passing down his esophagus into his stomach. Villi or villi. The small finger-like threads inside the small intestine through which nutrients from food are absorbed into the body. The villi inside the small intestine are essential for absorbing nutrients from food and providing the body with these nutrients. Boys and girls, if I were just to come look at you, I wouldn't be able to tell whether you are hungry or whether you have just had a meal. But one thing I do know is that everybody has a digestive system, and that all of your digestive systems are working right now. There is a lot going on inside of those bodies of yours. You each eat several hundred pounds of food in 1 year. It takes roughly 24 hours for food to travel through your gut or digestive tract, a long, complicated series of tunnels with openings at both ends. Where does the journey begin? Yes, the process, or series of steps, of digestion begins when you put a piece of food in your mouth. When you were born, most of your teeth were hiding inside your gums. That's why babies start out with a liquid diet. A liquid diet is nutrition you can drink. Babies start out drinking their food, which is mainly milk. But once your first set of teeth came in, you were able to eat solid foods. You are at an age right now when you are probably losing some of those teeth and getting a new set. If so, you might find it hard to chew certain foods. Your teeth help you break down your food into tiny pieces. The longer you chew, the smaller the pieces become, and the easier it is to digest. Human teeth come in different shapes and sizes, designed to eat both plants and animals. Let's take a look at the different types of teeth you have in your mouth. The flat wedge-shaped teeth at the front of your mouth are called incisors. The incisors are thicker at one end than the other, similar to a piece of pie. The incisors, both top and bottom, work together like a pair of scissors to bite, slice, and cut up your food. Next to the incisors are sharp, fang-like teeth called canines, or dog's teeth. These teeth tear and rip food apart, the way that dogs do with a piece of meat. Behind the canines, bicuspids help to crush the food. In the back of the mouth, wide teeth with bumpy tops known as molars help grind the food into mush. See if you can touch the teeth in your mouth with your tongue right now, do you notice the different shapes that your teeth have? Next time you bite into a piece of chicken, sample a piece of cheese, or chomp into an apple, see if you can figure out which teeth are helping you the most. Have you ever heard someone call food mouth-watering? What do you think that means? When you smell your favorite food, your mouth probably starts to water as you think about how good it will taste. The watery substance is called saliva. Saliva comes from small salivary glands, or organs, in your cheek and under your tongue. It helps keep your mouth damp and softens food as you chew, beginning to break food down for easy digestion. Saliva serves another important job as well, helping to wash away and kill bacteria. Another word for unwanted bacteria is germs. Did you know that every day you produce as many as 6 cups of saliva in your mouth? Can you feel it? Can you taste it? What else do you have in your mouth besides your teeth and saliva? What's the name of that fleshy muscle in your mouth that is covered in taste buds? Remember, taste buds are clusters of nerve endings. It is your tongue. Not only does your tongue help you taste your food, it also helps push the food around your mouth, rolling it into a mashed up, wet lump of food. Your tongue pushes the lump of food to the back of your mouth and helps you swallow. Once food is swallowed, it passes into a food canal called the esophagus. This stretchy tube is only about 10 inches long, leading from the back of your throat, through your neck and chest, to your stomach. Food passes through the esophagus quickly. Muscles squeeze together and push the food into the stomach in about 10 seconds or less. It's a lot like squeezing toothpaste from its tube. Put your hand on the left side of your upper abdomen, just below your chest and above your waist. That's where your stomach lives, behind your lower ribs. This human mixing machine is shaped a bit like the letter J. Your stomach acts like a balloon, expanding to hold the food it receives. The stomach's gastric juices help break down the food into a paste-like substance. These digestive juices also kill any germs that may have been swallowed. Round and round, food churns for 3 to 4 hours as muscles squeeze inside the stomach walls. Once it is the substance of a thick soup, the food continues its journey into the intestines. There are 2 types of intestines, the small intestine and the large intestine. The intestines are tubes located in the lower abdomen through which food and food waste travel. Even though there are 2 different kinds of intestines, the small and the large intestines, they are actually part of the same long, single tube. A muscular gate, or sphincter, at the bottom of the stomach opens to allow food to flow from the stomach into the small intestine. The small intestine is about 21 feet long, or about as long as 5 7-year-olds lying head to toe. Even though it's longer than the large intestine, it's called the small intestine because it is much thinner than the large intestine. This narrow tube, the small intestine, is coiled up like a snake below your belly button. Muscles squeeze together and push the mashed up soupy liquid along the curly small intestine. The food is mixed once more with digestive juices from the liver, pancreas, and gallbladder, other organs that are part of your digestive system. The juices, called enzymes, break the food down and make it more and more watery along the way. The small intestine, with its millions of villi, or finger-like threads, is where some of the most important work of the digestive system takes place. The villi reach out and absorb, or soak up, usable nutrients and water, passing them through the bloodstream into all the cells of your body. Did you ever hear rumbling sounds coming from inside of you? Chances are they are coming from your small intestine as muscles contract or squeeze together to break down food. They are the sounds of a healthy gut. Most of the nutrients that are absorbed by the small intestine's many villi travel to the reddish-purplish liver, one of your body's important cleansing organs. So remember, if it's absorbed, that means it's soaked up. Your lower ribs on the right side of your body protect your liver. Its function is to clean the blood, filtering or straining out any leftover waste. It turns this waste into bile, one of the juices used by the small intestine to help digest your food. The clean blood, with lots of nutrients, is carried to muscles that make them stronger, to bones that make them harder, and to every other part of your body to give you energy to help you grow. Since blood goes to every part of your body, the liver performs a very important function of making sure the blood circulating in your body is clean. This finger-shaped organ is called the appendix. As far as anyone knows, it doesn't seem to be useful to the digestive system. From time to time, the appendix can become infected or sick and cause a disease called appendicitis. When people get appendicitis, they get a very sharp pain in the lower abdomen, in the area surrounding the intestines. The pain comes from the appendix, located in the lower right side of your abdomen, near your hip bone. When it causes too much pain, doctors remove it. For many years, the appendix was considered a completely useless organ. Only recently have some doctors begun to think that the appendix may serve to fight infections or kill germs. The appendix is located right where the small intestine widens out into the large intestine. The large intestine is where the solid waste ends up. When something is solid, it means that it's not a liquid or a gas. Even though the large intestine is much, much shorter than the small intestine, it's called the large intestine because it is much wider. Parts of food not digested in the small intestine are squeezed out into the large intestine, where they remain for up to 2 days. Water is absorbed from the waste into the walls of the large intestine and passed into the bloodstream. The waste becomes thicker and thicker, piling up into a solid mass known as feces. Feces are stored in the rectum, the final section of the large intestine, until another muscular gate, or sphincter, opens up and allows the feces to pass through the anus, the body's exit point for solid waste. That is the end of your food's journey, from mouth to esophagus, to stomach, to small intestine, to large intestine, to anus. The digestive system's organs are working all the time, day and night, to process food into substances that your body can use, providing you with the nutrients and energy you need.